tough loss there. Bottom line is we didn't do the things that we talked about all week, really just the intensity that we played with a week ago. I just thought it was average at best. The execution and playing clean, once again, just didn't happen. We're leaving points on the field, missed kicks and 2-point conversions and driving the ball and not converting in the red zone. Defensively inconsistent. Had some really good moments and times, and then had an opportunity to ice the game or have a great opportunity to put it away, and once again that the word clean didn't come up with the penalty, and you take that away, and then you have a chance again on 4th down, and give up one that's just thrown up, in the air, and give up the 4th down conversion, have an opportunity to ice the game right there again, and didn't make the play. So give them credit. I said it early in the week, and I meant it. I told Coach Lee before the game that his team was playing really well in a very difficult schedule. And you could tell by the way they were playing that he was really building, a really good program and team, how hard they were playing even with losses. And no matter what the score was, they continue to play hard all the time. And, so credit them. Our team has to, we've got to look ourselves in the mirror and address the situation and address the things that are going on and respond one way or the other. I anticipate our team will. It's been a hard year and challenging time, and there's things that everybody can do better. I'm sure the team is very hurt and embarrassed with the way they played, and we all are, and need to. There's only one way out. There's no way to point fingers or anything like that. We know there's issues, there's things to be addressed. That'll happen at the appropriate time. And then there's, work. That's it. You just got to go back and work and try to get better in every area. So I'll open it up for questions.
Mark, how frustrated are you knowing that you got to go back to practice this week to clean up the things you've been trying to clean up all year long?
Frustrated, yeah. I think it's a fair word. Very frustrated and disappointed that I'm not getting it done, that I'm not, communicating well enough to push, on the things that we need to get better at. And, that's frustrating and also disappointing and, something that I got to figure out.
Mark, we've seen other schools make coordinator changes in season. Are you to that point with the offense where you have to consider staff changes now?
No.
Is there a consideration for offensive line coach as well with the performance the O-line has put together?
I just answered that question.
Mark, obviously they hurt you in the run game. Was there any one particular thing that was breaking down for you in the run game?
Just inconsistency. And, I was just thinking about it prior to coming in here. And, I think, we got to take a good hard look at it and just see why, why we're so inconsistent. Too much, complicated. I don't know. We got to take a good deep dive into it and see why, at times later in that game, we started getting some good movement and getting some good, the run game going. And, but, too late. I mean, we had our opportunities though, with Chris breaking off that run. If we get a stop, we have an opportunity to win a game. Had plenty of opportunities there and couldn't get it done.
What about defensively, the way Manny ran?
I think there's some issues there, but again, a lot of that has to do with the quarterback. That was a unique play, the zone opposite with the quarterback keeping it, split us with a call we had. Wasn't great on the 70-yarder, but that's different than just mushing you all day on that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense with the quarterback? And then there's times when it was passes and he pulled it down and scrambled and hurt us as well. And anytime you're playing a dual threat guy, that puts pressure on you, it complicates your calls. We did have a guy rapping and looking for him there. I think he just got blocked late. We couldn't quite tell on one of the third down longs that he pulled down and scrambled for 20-some, So he made some really nice plays, and he pulled it down and scrambled and made some plays when he had to, and he also threw it, when we were trying to, play zone and rush one less and spy him. He threw it into a spot or two that hurt us. Third down was a problem for us today, And I didn't even look at the numbers, but I just know from watching the games, there were some aggravating, some big-time third downs that they converted, one way or another, either throwing it or running.
Mark, is there anything in particular in the red zone struggles the last 2 weeks? You all been getting it to their side of the field a lot.
Yeah, and it's just, it's killing us because it's stopping momentum, it's stopping plays. We're not converting the field goal all the time. Even the three there, and Ruff kicked it good 3 of the 4. But it's got to be 4 of 4. It's just got to be clean and but only 54 plays offensively. Again, that's not good, and that's both sides. Defense, we had the opportunities to get stops, and then offensively, we stopped. They stopped us in some critical moments.
Mark, after beating Florida in Florida, after being called soft, how bad does this loss look? Where Vanderbilt was
I mean,
SEC game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. Anytime you lose, and to anybody, and I'm not going to disrespect Vanderbilt because I have a lot. Yeah, I think he's doing a really good job, and I've been there. I've been where he's at. So I know very clearly what it's like to be on that side, and I know good coaching, and so maybe everybody doesn't pay attention to it because they just look at records all the time, but coaches know. And I've seen the way they've been building and what he's doing, and it was a good win. So compliment them, by the way they played, and for us, again, I've touched on a lot of things. We need to get better.
What happened exactly on the last fourth down conversion?
The one where they threw it up, and he ran by. We were in deep third. It was a deep third player, and I didn't see how he got behind us, but he did, and he just threw it up.
Or do you feel like you got out physical at times, or was their scheme? But they would get 5 yards.
I think at times we were a little got mushed a little bit at times. Yes, I think we were not as firm as we need to be all the time. But some of that is the quarterback run game, and some of it. And they have a very good running back as well. That I think is a really good player, and Davis, and he's a good player.
Is it confusing at times for you? I mean, you guys, I know it's not simple math. You add more offensive pieces this season, and you're still not able to get the ball down the field like you guys wanted to. Is it kind of confusing to you to see you guys not be able to execute that with more?
Yeah, and we really did push. We tried to push it. I think you saw some of the throws even today went down the field, but also some of the calls that you didn't see the ball going down. We were trying to push it down the field today. Give them credit. They took some things away. We missed some, protection, you name it. But I think we all want to see the ball pushed down the field a little bit. And we had some of the strikes, some of the play action again were good, and then we get down there and kind of fizzle out.
2 for 10 in the second half. Just how do you assess his play at this point? I know he's feeling it a lot. But...
Yeah, again, it's not just Will. I mean, it's hard for me to say that right now until I look at the film and see, what we're doing around him, what kind of position we're putting him in to be successful, how players are playing around him. I'm sure he's frustrated. He's a great player. That's, we're not playing very well, and we're not supporting him at times, and there's times when he's not perfect as well. None of us are immune to this, and he's a big boy. He'll respond. He'll bounce back.
In the first drive, Paydown had 38 yards. The first touchdown drive become like a 30 yards, but from that point on, it seemed like he got bogged down.
Yeah, I think he made a couple tough catches early too, and it was nice to see him get some touches and get some good plays. And you know, when, again, it comes down to, you know, when you get in 54 plays, nobody's getting enough touches, you know, and so just got to piece it together better.
You mentioned intensity, and obviously Vanderbilt very hungry to break that conference losing streak. Your coaches say sometimes the other team just wanted it more. Was that a factor today, you think?
I don't know. I think, you know, again, you give them credit and, you know, you understand. I mean, again, I've been there. I've been where he's at, and I know how hard they work to get to that point. And so that's a good moment for them. You know, it's hard for me to put my finger on exactly what it is, and it wouldn't be fair to just say any one thing.
Mark, to go back to Will for a minute, he's taken so much punishment, he's just been hit so much. You think that has just started to impact him in the pocket?
I don't know. You know, I don't know. I think, you know, there's times when you used to see him pull it down and run when he had to, and the confidence in that run and running ability, and he's not been as effective out of timing, and that could be for a variety of reasons.
You mentioned it's been a tough year. At the start of the year, you had a team that deserved the high expectations, a lot of talent on this team. Are you surprised that the season has turned out the way it has and it hasn't resulted in the win League One?
Disappointed. Disappointed with the way things have gone. I think everybody is. You know, each year, each team, you have to go earn it. You have to go prove it. You know, I know that. We talk about that all the time. There's a fine line there, and you know, for whatever reason, I'm not getting it done with this team. You know, and getting them in a position to be successful.
Mark, when you look at it, how killer was it to have the 2 first-half turnovers and only get 3 points out of that?
I think it was very tough to get it 3 times inside the red zone, if I'm not mistaken, or the high red, or inside the red, and I think we got 6. You know, so that's very frustrating.
Mark, you know your team better than we do. How do you feel they will back bounce as far as energy and intensity goes? But still all left on the table.
I'm, you know, I have no reason to believe they won't. You know, I think that locker room in there was, you know, there's a lot of guys hurting in there, and you know, emotions run deep. You know, it's disappointing for everybody, and it's different. You know, let's just be honest. It's just different now with the way, you know, with the portal and just different things. You know, it's different. You know, so you have to continue to grind and build, you know, your culture, your team, your mentality, and you know, I'm not doing a good enough job with it right now. And I told the team that, you know, and I can't ask them to, you know, before they blame or talk, you know, amongst groups and things like that, to take a good look at themselves and make sure they're doing things. I mean, I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't do that myself and the staff. And so we all have to do that. And, you know, it starts with you individually, and then collectively we gotta find some answers.
Mark, before you even got banged up, Will, Rich was pretty open that he didn't want to use a lot of designed quarterback run this year. Why did you all take that out of the offense? Because it was so effective at times with him.
Yeah, I don't think we would have just said we're not using it at all. I don't think anybody ever said that. You know what I mean? Maybe not as much, or it wasn't in his system, but no, I think he would tell you that there were some times when we would sure like to have that if he was at full strength and all that. Yeah.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.